Hi, I'm Kingsley of the Networking Institute. The virus is rampaging out of control around the world. Infection rates are soaring, death toll in the millions. People are feeling weary, they're feeling vulnerable, and they're feeling scared. The year is 1918, and Spanish flu has the world by the throat. Over 500 million people are infected with the virus around the world. 50 million people die. In Ireland, 800,000 people catch the virus and 23,000 people die. It was a terrible period. More people died in the Spanish flu than died in the First World War. And yet, this awful tragedy was followed by a period of great growth and innovation and creativity. It was driven by technology and was driven by kind of pent-up capital. In the United States, there was massive electrification. You had the mass production of millions of motor cars, and that resulted in investments in roads and highways and hotels and restaurants, and it led on to the roaring 20s. It was a golden age of sports. The radio linked the nation, the movies entertained the masses. And so what if over 100 years later, we had a repeat performance as we exit from this particular pandemic and crisis? What would be the drivers? Perhaps it might be the global rollout of 5G broadband or massive investment in the green economy. The reality is that this year is going to be very different from last year. And even though we've had a difficult start to the year, there are some hopes on the horizon. The arrival of the vaccine cavalry over the hill has been a great sort of start to this year. So 2021 will be different from last year, a year to which I have to say good riddance. It'll be different in a number of ways, some of them kind of amusing in a way. I hope that this year we never again hear the use of the most overused word last year, which was the word unprecedented, or indeed the phrase of the year last year, which was "you're on mute." Although I have to say, here in Ireland, we always say never use 3 words when you could use 6 words, and the phrase of the year last year was "you're on mute, you feckin' idiot." So perhaps we'll move on from that, and maybe we'll get back to the more traditional form of networking and a sort of face-to-face networking. In fact, even get back to that old traditional way of greeting people where you put out your hand and you clasp somebody else's hand and you actually shake hands. Maybe we'll be back to that. I know it seems a little bit sort of unhygienic and maybe even a little bit dirty, but I think we will begin to slowly work our way back. I think the mantra for the year this year is think positive and test negative. And the wishes from all of us here in the Networking Institute is for, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to the world. So best of luck in 2021 and a happy new year.